everybody. I'm just going to go over the answers to the check-in that you did yesterday. So here it tells us that this is a rectangle, which means every corner is 90 degrees. So when it asks for the measure of angle ADE right here, we're going to do 90. We're going to subtract this part, which is 56. 10 minus 6 is 4, and 8 minus 5 is 3. So we get 34 degrees. Okay, here it says, what is the measurement of angle B? So right away I notice that this is an obtuse angle, which means my answer needs to be more than 90. I look and my line is directly between 120 and 130, so my answer is going to be 125 degrees. This asks for the measure of angle A. This is a straight line, which means it's 180 degrees total. So I'm going to subtract 44. And I get 136 degrees. This one said a blank is a part of a line, so there's a part of a line between two endpoints, which makes it a line segment. Okay, the measure of angle X here, so this is an acute angle, which means my answer should be less than 90, and it's directly between 40 and 50, so that means it's going to be 45 degrees. Which line is perpendicular to EF? So here's EF, and I'm looking for a line that makes a 90-degree angle with EF. They actually give you a little clue here because they draw that symbol for you. So this line is the only line that's making a right angle when it crosses EF. So the answer is line KL. Which pair of lines are parallel? So I'm looking for two lines that are not touching, that are going to go on forever and ever and stay the same distance apart. So A and D are out because they're touching, and C, even though they're touching, they're not touching. I can tell if we kept going, they would eventually touch. So B is the correct answer. Those are parallel lines. Okay, which option is not a correct name for this figure? So when you first saw this figure, you probably thought it looks like a rectangle, which is true. So that's not the answer because I'm looking for something that does not work. All rectangles are also trapezoids because for something to be a trapezoid, it just has to have one pair of parallel sides at least, and it does. All rectangles are also parallelograms because to be a parallelogram, you just have to have opposite sides parallel and opposite sides equal, which it does. However, it is not a square. And the reason it's not a square is to be a square, it would have to have all equal sides, which this figure does not. Okay, here it says, which of these figures is not a parallelogram? So in order to be a parallelogram, you have to have opposite sides equal and parallel. And there's only one choice here where that's not the case, and that's this one right here. Yes, it has the top and bottom parallel, but the sides are not parallel. Eventually, if I continued these lines, they would cross over. So this shape does not qualify as a parallelogram. So this was a bonus, and it's a bonus because while you could figure it out using what we learned, we didn't exactly do any ones like this. So let's kind of work our way through. I know this is a straight line, which means these three parts are going to have to add up to 180. I know this is 36. I actually do know the measurement of this because of this little symbol. This little symbol means that from here to here is 90 degrees, and then they're asking me what angle A is. So the first thing I want to do is add these two together. So 90 plus 36 is 126. So that means from here to here is 126. So to find angle A, I'm going to take the total that they have to add up to, which is 180, and I'm going to take away 126. And I get 54. So angle A would have to be 54 degrees.